Thanks for landing here and joining today's brief chair yoga practice that you can do sitting at your desk, in your office, anywhere, anytime. All you really need is a chair. So we'll go ahead and get started by just taking a moment to center. So sit up nice and tall on your chair. Have your feet flat on the ground beneath you. If you would prefer to start with your legs cross-legged, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, feet flat on the ground, let the palms just rest face down, let the shoulders relax. Eyes can soften, close, or you can keep the eyes open, maybe just a soft gaze somewhere in front of you. And right here, just beginning to let go of anything that was going on before you arrived to the practice, anything that might be happening next. Dedicating this time to yourself. So using this as a way to reconnect to your body, your breath, and a way to come to the present moment, releasing judgment. With every exhale, just letting go a little bit more. And together, beginning now to draw a breath in. Imagine you can draw the breath from the soles of the feet all the way up through the spine, through the crown of the head. Crown of the head grows taller toward the ceiling. Open mouth, exhale, release. Take another breath like that. Inhale, one long line of energy drawing up through the spine. Open mouth, exhale as you're ready. Taking it one more time. Inhale. Make a little noise, sigh it out in the exhale. And just allowing yourself to fully attend to the present moment right now. So believe it or not, we're already in a modified pose, modified mountain pose, as you're sitting in your chair with your feet on the ground. So just mountain pose, which is usually standing up. But here we're sitting down, so pause here. Again, eyes can be open or closed. If eyes are open, you can maybe begin to bring the eyes open if you're ready for that. Just soft gaze in the horizon, or maybe even a few feet in front of you for some more grounding energy, awareness to the floor. And then see about lifting all 10 toes off the ground. Maybe even wiggle the toes a little bit to the extent you can. And then feel the inner edges of the feet, the outer edges of the feet, back, front. And then find a place in between, just observing any sensation here, the way the feet feel on the floor or in your shoes or socks. Maybe the temperature of the floor on your skin. Go ahead and lower the toes if they're not already. Again, with that, one long line of energy drawing up through the feet. The crown of the head lift as if there's a string connected to the top of your head, and I'm just gently pulling it toward the ceiling. A couple more breaths here. Very simple yet important foundational posture here, and one that we can right away begin to practice that mindful attention as you step out of that active doing role, as you take a break from whatever it was that you're doing, reconnect with the present moment. And from here, wiggle the fingers, shake out the wrists, let it go. And before we come off of the chair, we're going to do a few things here. We're going to start with a breath called bellows breath. And you may actually want a tissue for this breath because it's a vigorous exhale through the nose. So I'm going to show you the breath right now. It looks like this, arms up overhead. Inhale, sharp exhale. and making fists with the hands, and they stop at about shoulder height. So this is bellows breath. Inhale, exhale through the nose, that vigorous exhale through the nose, which is why you might want a tissue for this. And this is a really nice breath to just kind of meet your energy, meet yourself wherever you're at. So maybe you need a little bit more energy today. This might help you get out of some of that lethargic, heavy, slow feeling. On the other hand, maybe you're feeling a little bit anxious and fidgety coming to this practice, and this is just going to let you kind of channel that and stick with it, and then the effects of that will likely be that you feel more grounded after. So no matter where you fall on that spectrum, this is probably going to be good for all of us. So let's go ahead and start with this. Also a nice way to just kind of create some more sensation in the body, which is exactly what we're going to be working with today as we bring our focus over and over again to the present moment. So let's start. I'll keep count. We'll do about maybe 15 rounds. And you can kind of go at your own pace, and you can look up here as you need. You're welcome to close your eyes throughout it. So go ahead, extend the arms up overhead. Inhale in through the nose. Sharp exhale. About 3 more. Last one. Keeping the hands and fists. Relax the knuckles either to the chair or somewhere beside you where you can ground them, touching something. Soften the eyes. The breath return to a natural pace. The breath is one of the fastest ways that we can shift the mood. So just observing the effects. And from here, inhale, awareness shifts now to the crown of the head, mentally repeating to yourself, I am. Exhale, awareness shifts to the lower body, pelvis, feet, mentally repeating here. So just a simple phrase or mantra, I am here. Anchoring ourselves deeper and deeper into the present. Inhale, awareness to the crown, I am. Exhale, awareness to pelvis and or feet here. Just one more on your own pace. Nice. Blink the eyes open. If they're not already, relax the hands. Here you are, having done just a couple things so far. Just notice the effects so far of your practice, of taking this time. Let's go ahead and place the hands a little bit close to the knees. And we're going to move with some seated cat-cow now. So usually we do this on all fours, but you can do it seated as well. So inhale, you're just going to extend the heart and chest forward, arching the back. And exhale, well, actually this would be more of that cat arch here. Inhale, extend the chest forward. Exhale, curl everything in. Let the chin drop toward the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Couple more here. And encouraging yourself to take it slow so that you can stay awake and alert for those sensations. Maybe even staying awake and alert for the wandering mind and just noticing how often it takes you out of the present. In your job, your practice, your work here is simply to bring it back to something that anchors you into the moment. So maybe it's the feeling of the feet, maybe it's the breath. Maybe you can really tune into sensation in the spine here. Last one. And bringing yourself back up, kind of a neutral spine position here. And let's take a bit of a twist and also a nice opening for the shoulders. So We're going to do something from a pose in yoga called eagle pose, and we're just going to take the arm position here. So go ahead and extend your arms out in front of you, and go ahead and plug those shoulder bones back. So plug the shoulders in so that shoulder blades are on the back of the body here. And then even notice like how often we're sitting at our desks typing, looking down, texting, emailing, whatever we're doing, right? And we're pulled forward. So notice how it feels to bring it back to this place of sitting upright. From here, we're going to cross this right arm underneath the left, and here we are. So you might stay right here, or you might take it further by clasping one hand in front of the other. And this is the pose here. Just taking a couple breaths, settling in. And again, you don't have to push it to get this position. You can modify it. And make sure you're breathing. And if you're ever in doubt, just take an exhale. The inhale will come naturally, right? We're meant to let things flow in and out, let the breath flow in and out. And sometimes we get stuck holding the breath, especially when we're feeling tense, we're working really hard. So here's your moment to simply observe. So notice sensation. Maybe heat is building here. Maybe you're saying, I don't feel like doing this. Maybe you love this. Whatever it is, just noticing those judgments, right? Just observing. Return to the breath. And then slowly unwind. Relax the wrists. Maybe take a couple of shoulder rolls in between. And we'll take the other side. So extend the arms. Plug those shoulders back, and then left arm underneath the right. And then again, find a position that works for you, a place that you can breathe. And you might even notice that we're not moving in and out of things quickly here because our goal in the work is to practice that continuing to shift the spotlight of your attention to the present. So the mind was made to problem solve. When it runs out of problems to solve, it just makes up some other ones. Sometimes it's real, sometimes they're not real. And so here you are just sitting with sensation, maybe even feeling a little bored. That could be a reason the mind wanders, and your job is to just bring it back to the present. Shift your attention to the breath and slowly release. Nice. Let's go ahead and take a side stretch now. So again, a few more things before we stand up and use the chair in a different way. Let's go ahead and place the left hand on your chair. We might all be using different chairs. That's totally fine. You can even grab on if there's a place to grab on. And then from here, we're inhaling that right arm up and just bending over so that we're getting a nice side body stretch. Imagine that now you can breathe from that right sole of the foot all the way up the right side of the body through the right fingertips. So that's your one long line of energy. So feet are still planted into the earth, breathing into that stretch. Notice, where's the mind? Allow it to come back. As you come back to center and switch sides, so right hand rests on the chair or grabs a hold. And nice side body stretch, left side. Drawing that breath in through the sole of the foot, all the way through the left fingertips. As we move from side to side in poses, noticing if one side is more challenging than another. And just making a mental note. No need to problem solve that or analyze it. Take that breath in, come back to center, release. Take some shoulder rolls. Nice. From here, extend the arms up. overhead once again. So this is going to kind of be like the motion that we used for bellows breath. We're not going to do that exact breath here though. We're just going to make cactus arms. And so this is a pretty active place to be. And actually it might even be like more like a W. You can see I'm kind of making a W with my arms as the shoulder or the elbow points are a little more towards the floor. And you're really trying to squeeze the shoulder blades together, which you can't quite see in this shirt I'm wearing, but you're squeezing the shoulder blades together as if you can hold a pencil right there in between. So that's how tightly you're squeezing. Inhale, extend the arms up. Exhale, squeeze. Again, inhale, extend up. Exhale, squeeze. Now let's integrate a breath. So this one's going to look kind of wild, but probably no one's looking at you, so it's perfectly fine. So on the exhale, we're going to stick out the tongue and practice lion's breath. So now notice that tension building in the shoulders, while you also release a big exhale through the mouth and stretch across the face and throat even. A couple more times. Let's take it one more time. And extend the arms, relax them down, close the eyes, and pause for a second here in mountain pose, seated. Breath returns to a natural pace and observe. Where is the mind? Awareness back to the breath. Blink the eyes open. Nice. All right, from here, I'm feeling like it's time to get up for a little bit. So let's just come to standing, bend the knees, standing straight up. Your chair can just remain right behind you. We're actually going to use it. So from here, we're going to come into standing mountain pose. So go ahead now and lift all 10 toes again to the extent that you can. Just lifting whatever you can there so that you can come to really feel the sensation, right? Mindfully bring your awareness to that sense of balance that you're going to create here as you lower the toes back down, palms face forward, crown of the head lifts to the sky, maybe eyes closed. And breathe. Give yourself one moment here to mindfully transition from that seated position we were in to standing. Things we often do on autopilot. Here we are, with intention, taking movement and breathing and being present. Nice. From here, blink the eyes open. Lift the arms up overhead, and then we're going to bend into the knees, and we're squatting down. We're sitting back into chair pose. So what this is ultimately going to look like is basically you're going to be hovering over that chair, like almost touching it. If it's too much to have the arms up like this, you can have the arms really any position, maybe even palms together. Couple breaths here. Maybe you even lift all 10 toes off the ground again. And observe here. As the sensation intensifies, where's the mind? Can you gently bring yourself back to right now? Can you notice that even in the midst of intensity, I am here. That mantra, I am here. Take another breath. And stand all the way up. You can take a couple of ankle rolls. Let it all go there. Good job with that one. From here, a couple options for doing downward facing dog with the chair. So it really depends what kind of chair. If you have this kind of a chair, you can just turn it. And you're going to place your hands in this little spot here, or even on the outside. You can even kind of hold on to this. You're going to walk the feet back and melt the heart down, and then your ears are going to land between your biceps here. You can even keep walking the feet back. And breathe once you're there. So this is probably where most people are. If you're wanting to actually use the top of the chair instead, you can go ahead and do that, just being careful so it doesn't kind of flip towards you. And in that position, you're just going to kind of melt the heart. Again, ears between the biceps. And a couple breaths here. This might feel really intense. Just observing what's coming up for you in the body right now as it is. You don't need to change or control anything. You don't even need to change or control the breath. Simply let your awareness return to it over and over again. As the breath is here right now. And as the mind might wander to the past or the future, your breath is your anchor to the present. And slowly release if you haven't already. Walk the feet back. You can turn that chair back forward. Nice. So from here, now you can use your chair as a balance. I'm just going to take a modified lunge position with the chair. So that left foot is planted down, kind of like we're in mountain pose. So you want to be really firmly rooted on that left foot below you. And then right knee is going to bend, so it's right hovering over the right ankle. You can use the chair. Take a couple breaths here. One option might even be to continue that side stretching by extending that left arm up and taking a side stretch. Just something nice you can do, especially when you have the support of the chair. And then we'll slowly unwind this. We'll take the other side. So we'll go ahead and take the left foot up. Make sure that right foot is right underneath the hip bone. Left knee over left ankle. And actually for this one, I'm going to switch my sides so that I can hold onto the chair with the left hand. And then here you are. Option to take that side stretch. Bring it back up. And go ahead and release gently, carefully. And pause. Just pausing in that standing mountain pose one more time here. Take a full breath in and out. From here, gently bend the knees and find your way back to a seated position. This time we're going to grab a hold of the right knee, and then we're going to take a hip stretch. So we're going to actually take a figure four. So we're crossing that right ankle over the left thigh. So you might want to scooch it forward on the chair. Now, depending on how tight or flexible you are, this knee is going to be more or less pointing up to the sky or parallel. The shin will be parallel to the floor. So find your position. And again, no judgment. That's a part of what we're practicing here. Take some breaths, eyes opened or closed. Pause here, tune into sensation. Just notice, where do you feel this pose the most, this stretch? You might even notice thoughts. Just allow yourself to observe thoughts and stories. Come back to sensation. Come back to the breath. Nice. We'll slowly release this and plant that foot into the ground. If you want to extend that leg in front and just take some ankle circles, you can do that too. All right, reset. Take a breath in and out. Again, it's that mindful transition between sides. We're not rushing into things. We're slowing it down. We're paying attention. Go ahead and draw that left knee in and then begin to cross it over. And here you are. Breathing in and out. Soften the jaw. And just notice where you are right now. Guide your awareness back to the present. And we will slowly unwind once again. If you want to extend that leg, flex and point to the feet. And let yourself come back to center. Do one more twisting pose here. So just going to take the left paw on the outside of the right thigh. You can even grab the chair, or if you have a desk in front of you, you can grab hold of that. That actually feels really nice. So either way, you might be able to extend your arm up over the chair depending on its size. I often just put my arm just right behind my low back here like this. So find whatever arm position and variation, and then take a breath in. Grow tall. Feel that sense of length. Observe. As you exhale more and more, just twisting toward the right. Check in here. Feel what there is to feel. And honoring your body as you make an intentional decision on whether or not to keep turning the neck so it's going over the right shoulder. So that part's up to you, up to wherever your body's at today. Again, no judgment. There truly is no right or wrong. And slowly release. Nice. Reset, breath in between. Other side, right hand now to the left thigh. Choosing your arm position. Choosing where to set your gaze or eyes can be closed. And then just those same steps, intentionally making a choice of how far to deepen the pose here. When we keep practicing staying in the body and staying in the present moment, that's when we can begin to listen to the messages the body has to give us. So your body knows how far to go here. Trusting that. And slowly unwind as you're ready. Let it all go. Nice. Okay, from here, just a final concluding breath. Both can come together. We're just going to inhale, drawing up again, like you're imagining drawing up energy through the feet. That's that grounding sensation. You're anchored here. I am here, drawing up energy from whatever parts of the body are even touching the ground. Maybe it's not your feet. Maybe it's your pelvis, your legs, if you were sitting on the ground. So drawing that up, inhale. Once the hands are up overhead, interlace, palms face the sky. Take in one more sip of air. And then blow the breath out. Release the hands to the sides. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale. Flip the palms to the sky. Another sip of air. Whatever it is you need to let go of, blowing it out. Leave here feeling lighter. One more time. Inhale. Paying attention, whatever's coming up. And pause with the palms either resting in the lap. You can turn the palms up to the sky if that feels better, or palms can rest together, thumb knuckles at the sternum. Let's take one final intentional mindful breath together. Inhale. Open up, exhale. Pause here to feel the whole body. Rest in stillness. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, simply being here. I am here. And may you take whatever you need with you into the rest of your day, coming back to this break that you can do sitting at your desk chair anytime. Maybe even just taking parts of it if you'd like. And gently, in honor of yourself and of taking this time with gratitude, bowing to your hands, to your heart. And this simply symbolizes this aligning head and heart. Thank you. Gently blink the eyes open. And thanks so much for joining. Namaste, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day, or if you're done with your day and that was the conclusion, enjoy. If you're just starting, let it be a wonderful time. So take care. Thank you.